played a bunch of war games, and one thing that a lot of people do and a lot of people forget to do in the war game is not only do you attack your enemy, but you go after their resources as well. You remove their ability to gain more power and to push farther forward, because they then need to reconsolidate and gain control of their resources again. And I thought about that recently because a couple different times when I've commented on channels, people have lashed out at me for being positive about what I was encountering, finding something that somebody was sharing, finding something about what they share, and appreciating that thing. I thought, hey, why attack the Earl? You know, that's not going to get you anywhere. My copper balls do not need defending, and my word is law. And if you break that law, well, Earl doesn't care. I mean, that's the great thing about my laws. They apply to me, and they don't change unless I say they change. So I was thinking, well, the only reason I think then to go after my positive comments on people's channels is to try to remove the support, the resources, the energizing force of the person I'm directing my comments to. I think that sometimes when we share information with one another, it can interfere briefly with our own enjoyment and our own expression of ourselves. I think that when you find somebody saying something to you that interferes with your enjoyment and your expression, then seek to isolate and separate yourself from that person. And you'll find that after that, any information that gets through is just sound. It's just the air vibrating, and it's just what you see is just light being analyzed by your brain. It's light reflecting on the back of your eyeball, and your brain analyzes that information. It's not like someone's actually come into your home and put your hands over your television or your stereo or over your car keys so that you can't then continue to do what you meant to do. It's just someone saying something or doing something. Though, I mean, it can trigger, some people could say some stuff that can trigger some stuff for you, and I get that. That's why I think that separating yourself is important. But if you lock horns with anybody, if you go after their friends or supporters, you go after their resources, it's just going to prolong things. It's just going to upset yourself and others more. It'll actually, have a ripple effect and start spreading out. That's why I prefer, if I can, to express myself as positively as possible. Because, a few times I get upset and I've communicated it on YouTube or in real life, and I don't know how far that goes. I don't know how far anything positive I do is going to spread. I hope it'll spread far. And if I get upset, I actually worry that if I get upset and lash out at somebody or say something like, hey, I don't approve of that. Maybe because, that helps somebody who I'm angry at. I don't know how far that'll go. I don't know how that person is then going to spread that anger further on, or how the information is then going to spread around and then might come back at me in a negative way, and in a way that I don't connect with those actions, so I get confused on why things are going awry. So, on one hand, I just try to share myself as best I can, and I try to appreciate things in others as best I can, because I think that I don't worry about that effect. I don't worry that if I'm kind to somebody, I don't worry about what kind of negative things are going to happen because of that. I do worry that when I get upset with somebody, or even when I talk to somebody in a way that I think might be, that they might perceive as as critical, even though it's not meant to be. I'm concerned with the repercussions there. So I hope that if anyone out there is hearing this, that it encourages them to interact more positively with people around them. And if you find people that make you feel bad, if you find people that what they do or say upsets you, try to just remove yourself from the situation. Because the longer you're involved in it, if you're like, well, if you mess with me, I'll mess back. But that just leads to escalation. And I would recommend de-escalation. I would recommend removing yourself and focusing on what you enjoy about how you express yourself, and focus on the people around you who you enjoy their expressions, and ignore everything else. And certainly, let me say again, certainly don't try to keep the Earl from expressing himself in the way he sees fit, because you will not, absolutely will not affect how I express myself. I know what I'm doing. And Earl's word is law. All right, everybody. Peace out.